And the Underdog Jets podcast is back with Wayne Chrebet. After a win, it's been a while, Wayne. I mean, I know we had the entire offseason, but it feels good that the Jets are feeling good about themselves after their 24-17 win in Nashville.
Yeah, this is one we're supposed to get, but that doesn't always mean you get it. People say it's only Tennessee and they made mistakes, whatnot, but it's a win. The first one's usually the hardest, but coming back 1-1 to our home opener, certainly a better place to be than coming home 0-2.
Yeah, okay, they made mistakes. Levis made that critical lateral mistake, but I mean, that was pretty much it. Early in that game, the penalties were extremely one-sided. The Jets were undisciplined. So, yes, they took advantage of that mistake, that turnover, but if the Jets hadn't turned things around, that mistake wouldn't have saved them. They would have went down. So they obviously turned something around at some point in that game.
Yeah, I was looking at my Jet fans here. This is in the first quarter. Basically said, I'm sick of this. Take my effing season tickets. This is BS. I thought things would be different. It was 7-0.
They were losing their minds, dude. I was getting the same thing.
Yeah, middle of the third quarter, like, no, they're not for sale. Don't Venmo me. I'm like, this is how it is. We're sensitive to everything. But yeah, listen, we didn't do much. Defense was getting gouged. I mean, big play after big play, run, pass, whatever. But it took essentially a stupid call to do a shovel pass. The bad underhand flip, which I've seen done before in the past, but to get us going. But once we got going and calmed down, it's just nice to get in a position where at the end, when you need a score, to have someone like Aaron Rodgers stay calm, move it down the field, and he's the one who led to the win.
He really did, and I'm working on something film related right now for JetX. For those watching, share this video, like it, all that good stuff. Subscribe, use discount code 80. Pretty much, I mean, when you sign up for JetX, the cancellation rate is very low, so the feedback's really good. Anyway, the film that I'm working on is Rodgers understanding this situation. Like, how rare is it to see the other team have a young quarterback make mistakes where your own quarterback, it's clearly not starting right. The game plan isn't good, but slowly but surely they start scrapping it, going spread, and quick. He's scanning everything pre-snap. We'll get into the film, but he's going quick. And I think that's what got their legs under them. Him reading things pre-snap, which opened up the run game eventually.
Yeah, that's the good thing about him. I'm like, they need to do something quick. It's the plays where he's throwing before he finishes his drop.
Yes. You know what I mean? The Lazard one. Remember the Lazard one?
It's out quick. And I'm saying to my son, I'm like, it can't be just Brees and Garrett. And there you go. Michael Williams, first catch was a big one, back shoulder.
I got that one.
People aren't talking about that. Mike Williams, and then you got the rookie, Braelon Allen, 20 years old. I mean, it's crazy. My son's a junior in college, and he's pretty much the same age. But yeah, listen, Mike Williams, everybody started hitting and making plays, and certainly they got the defense going. But yeah, actually, someone said, it's nice to have a quarterback like that can do that. He's done it many times before, and Aaron's going to do it a lot this year.
Absolutely. And let me close some of my windows, my tabs on Google Chrome. I have like 50 open. That can't be good. Can everyone see the film, by the way, on the screen? I think so. You could see it too, Wayne, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully it goes smoothly, but here's the first quick one. It was still in the first half. And at this point, they don't have much going. I mean, the line is pass protecting well, as it had some speed bumps, but since opening kickoff against the Niners, they're pass protecting solidly. This is 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9. This is the Lazard play, the first quick one that he really got rid of right there.
Yeah, look, they have their 3 safeties 15, 20 yards back. I'm not sure why they did that. They left
They're
Lazard
guarding the line.
uncovered. Yeah.
It's third down, so the garden first down, but that's clearly you're too deep. Like you
No, they're
can't.
not. Look at they're almost like in a prevent. Look at you got 3 guys past the 40.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they did that, but Aaron saw it, get it quick, and then it's up to the receiver to get the last 3-4 yards. At this point, he's just got to like put his head down and get to the 38.
So the start of this game, they tried to run it. They tried to establish the run, and a lot of fans don't understand. That's the beauty of football. Do you keep trying to roll with your identity, what you're trying to establish for long-term gains, or scrap it and go short-term? It didn't work in San Fran. They tried it. San Fran D was aggressive. Rodgers burnt them on that third drive. San Fran backed up with 2 deep, and then they couldn't solve that 2 deep. They couldn't run on it when they needed to. It's kind of the same thing happened in this game. And even this is aggressive. This is a blitz. They're sending 5 on third down. So I think once they went spread and Rodgers started going quick, that's what made it happen.
Yeah, listen, this game is all about adjustments. Whether you make them, at halftime or whenever you make it, that's what makes, Bill Belichick and Andy Reid and these guys so special. Is they can adjust. Like, all right, you know what? Maybe we didn't expect this, and they switch. They switch personnel. They switch, the tempo. Go no huddle, and I think Aaron kind of gets what he wants, and that's the best way to have it. There's no arguments there. Aaron thinks they should speed it up or do whatever, and Hackett pretty sure just goes along with it, which is smart. So yeah, having a guy back there like a offense coordinator as a quarterback is great. I was looking at these comments. It's funny. Of course, just talking about guy makes Sam Darnold had a better game than Rodgers.
That's okay.
Tennessee's going to go 6-11. Listen, it doesn't matter anybody else's record going to be. Who did better? Who did worse? I mean, or Derek Carr is going to the first ballot Pro Bowl. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what anybody else does. The Jets won the game. Stop thinking about anybody else's record. Who we got in week 13. Be happy about the win for at least another 4 days. Be happy,
Yeah, listen, there are things that are concerning, but you can't worry about it. It's a road win in the NFL, which is not easy. And here's the Mike Williams play, Wayne.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 16, tie game, 17 all. Well, we got it from the back end first, then we got it from the side view after this. I think this is the guy. There's 2 deep safeties. We'll see it better on the other view.
Yeah.
But once he drives down, oh shoot, it's okay. There we go. Once he drives down, he knows he has 1-on-1. So he's already doing something at the line. 2nd and 16. Oh, this isn't the Mike Williams. Oh, that's the Garrett Wilson one. This one is even better. So check this out, Wayne. Let us know what you think. Really aggressive defense, right? I mean,
it's not playing.
Look at where everyone is at the line. It's not a 2nd and 16. It's a 3rd and 1. So how many times in the past has a young Jets quarterback not been able to have the trust from the coaching staff to actually pass it in this situation?
It's not going for me, but I think this is the 2nd and 16. The back shoulder to Mike Williams.
I'm in the other view. My fault. Good call, guys.
Yeah.
And folks watching, if I'm on the wrong video, just let me know. I'm a dummy sometimes. Yeah. All right, here we go. Now it's moving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's 2nd and 16, Mike Williams, 1-on-1. Look at that beauty.
Yeah. Listen, that's a it's the first ballot Hall of Fame throw. I mean, guys can make it. Sure. But just the consistency has and just where he puts it, no one else can get it. And Mike Williams, he just, he released kind of outside right away, but he knew where Aaron was going to throw it. Yeah. It's hand battling at this point. It's a 50-50 ball. You get a big receiver out there. Maybe he only plays a quarter of the plays, but this is what he's capable of, Mike Williams. 2nd 16 is a big pickup. And you're not in field goal range right now.
No. And remember, they called a timeout. Kudos to Saleh. This was one of the plays where they were going to get a delay game, but instead of going 2nd and 21, Saleh called a timeout. He did it twice. Sure. One time earlier, and it worked on the Breece Hall touchdown. Because if it's 2nd and 11, they're not trying that wheel with Breece Hall. It was still 2nd and 6. They get the wheel to Breece Hall for a touchdown. Not a wheel. It was just a go. He was lined up wide.
Yeah.
They did it here, and it works. And two deep safeties, so it looks like it's conservative, but this guy drives down right away in 2nd and 16.
Yeah. It's just Aaron's, like I said, Aaron's getting rid of it on his back foot. And it's a timing thing. It doesn't give the safety time to react. He just flicks it, man. And this is a hell of a catch, where he put it. But this is why they got Mike Williams.
Good coverage too.
Yeah, it's it's great coverage. Yeah, what about that play that was it Calvin Ridley caught that touchdown?
Oh, I thought Clark intercepted it.
Yeah,
I thought Clark intercepted it. Let's do this Garrett Wilson one real quick because I want to get your thoughts on this. If he had a two-way option. Because if he did, that is nuts to me, to be honest. Here it is. Let me see. Is it moving or no? Am I the wrong one again?
It's moving. Okay. Motion across.
So from the back, let's start from this side first. This is 3rd and 1. Late in the game. Here's Garrett at the bottom. Let's play it through. Aggressive. No doubt. They're called to run, a run and a pass, and Rodgers goes with the pass, but they're ready to stuff the run. When was the last time a Jets coaching staff, here he goes, changing it. When was the last time a Jets coaching staff trusted a quarterback enough to do this on 3rd and 1?
Right. This is such an adjustment. It won't be weird, but you remember the touchdown I had in Monday Night Miracle? This is what happened to me. Garrett was looking one way, and it was like Vinny was supposed to throw it up the field, and he threw it to the corner.
Yes.
And it's I'm not saying I agree to play. It's so hard to do. See how he's looking?
Right here. Yep.
And then it's upfield. So instead of drifting, he just did like a center fielder and turned. You can't cover that, man. That's such a good throw, but I mean the ability for Garrett to change direction like that, this combination is deadly, man. This is a crate. I don't know if people realize how hard this is, but Aaron put in a spot where he threw it high enough where Garrett could, basically react to it. Some guys just put it too hard on a line, and the level of difficulty is too much.
Let me ask you this. Now, we know he's controlling it. He's going to run or pass. Early in the game, he opted to stick with the run. They got buried in the backfield.
Yeah, I seen that.
That definitely influenced them. But right here, this makes me wonder. Okay, he starts inside. Inside release. So you know he's going to be working outside. Really nice little adjustment right here to go outside real quick. But right here, when he gets his head around, I wonder if it's a two-way option. Out to the sideline or up based on the leverage.
I think it's just a plain corner route, but he's just not ready to throw. Garrett had to break it quick. But like I said, he threw it high enough for Garrett to make a play. If he throws it on a line thinking, it's tough. But look, see, Garrett releases inside.
Yep. And
you see the corner is looking at him. He's trying to – as soon as you see that corner swipe his left hand and miss, it's over.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's a thing of beauty. 3rd and 1, folks. 3rd and 1. And when you don't have a deep safety, this is Rodgers. This is the elite quarterback in the modern era. Brady, Manning, Rodgers. They take what they give you. And if you're not going to put a safety deep, he's going to attack one-on-one, even if it's 3rd and 1. Not every time, but he's not afraid to,
Yeah. So great call, job, great audible, great call, whatever it is. But, it's letting your playmakers make plays.
Yeah.
In big situations like that. Maybe they didn't make the plays in the first and first half of the second quarter, but they made it when it counts. And like Aaron said, like we're going to get better each week. But it's nice to say that after a win. I'm looking at some of the chat here, talking about the return game real quick. One of the special teams saying, said, are we about over Gibson return game as I am? His playmaking abilities gone, no spark. Someone else said he's a bit cooked. Somebody said, wish Tariq Cohen didn't retire. What did you see out of Gibson in the return game? I didn't really pay attention as much to that. What did you seeing? What did the coaches say about the return game?
I didn't. I mean, obviously, I saw the returns. I haven't really looked at the film on it yet. Nothing. I don't think he's
Yeah,
cooked.
no fumbles, no nothing. Yeah. All right, let's talk about Irv Charles. That's his name?
Irv, yeah,
Yeah, he's special. The way
he's
he's
a hell
running
of a
down,
player.
he blocked the punt, right?
Yep, he's a hell of a player.
Make it. Yeah, he's like this. Now's what's his name? From
Hardy.
New England.
Oh, Slater.
Slater, Matthew Slater.
Yeah,
This guy can make an impact like that. Listen, if he ever gets in a receiver, he should have preseason, can make a play, but this guy disrupts, and changes field position. He blocked it. He's getting down there. He's getting doubled. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, I just want to make sure this guy gets some credit
shout out. Yeah,
for what he's done. Yeah, for sure. He's done this before, but I think people are really taking notice that this guy is a true specialist. Yeah. He gets the scheme of it. I hated that he blocked it, and for how somehow it kind of went forward. I was hoping for the short bounce, big bounce. Someone catches it, goes in, but that certainly changed the dynamic of the game at that point.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to get the other view on it. It was a great move inside. Yeah. And it was crazy. I saw a lot of fans thinking or wanting them to cut Charles from the 53-man roster. And I kept saying, dude, it's Brant Boyer's guy. He's not going anywhere. Like, there's no chance in the world.
Nah, there's always be a roster spot for him. Someone said, a lot of people, when we're third and short, why are we throwing the ball downfield? Listen, when you're third and 8, 10, 12, it minimizes the plays you can call for that. But when you're, third and short, it's just expands what you can do. And, it depends on, if they're up there trying to stop the short game, then yeah, you'll throw it. You don't have to necessarily throw a 5-yard pass because you need 2 yards. So, it didn't work out in the first half, worked out in the second. But don't think that 3rd and 2 are just going to settle for 3 or 4 yards. They're going to
think about it like this, folks. If a defense is playing you on their toes, like just complete scumbags, you're going to keep running into that wall. No, you pass it to take what they give you. And guess what happens when that works?
Yeah.
The next time it's 3rd and short, they can't play it as aggressively.
Yeah.
So it's a chess match. If you go over the top and 3rd and short, the next time they're going to be thinking, oh, geez, we can't send 7, just crazy in a run stuffing look. We have to be careful. They gave us something to think about. So it's a long game.
Yeah. You know what? And if you ever notice when it matters later in the game on these 3rd and 1s, whatever it is, some of those plays go for 50 yards because they sell out on it. But doing stuff early in the game kind of sets that up. Simon said, Wayne, what was your favorite route to run? Essentially, it was an option route. It was like depending on the yard and distance, 6 to 10 yard option route, in, out, stay right there. They gave me the option based on coverage. If it was double covered, if I was bracketed, it was high, low, whatever it was. I would just pick one of the guy, and he couldn't let me in, he couldn't let me out, and I just picked the one that I was going to go after, kind of looking at film. So that it was more an option route, or kind of like a snow route, we used to call it.
So it was sit in or out.
I had many options, but the quarterback, what he sees, he can see where the leverage was.
Yeah.
Like, I knew the wider I went, the wider they went, and vice versa. So I'm creating space for myself, and just, you had quarterbacks are reading the same thing as me. Makes it a lot easier.
And here's the you keep sending the comments, and we'll get to them, folks. Here's the game-winning touchdown. And notice Rodgers, before the snap, touch his helmet right away. We don't know what he did, but usually something this simple is just flipping the play. And it kind of makes sense based on this look. It's a symmetrical look, 2 tight ends, so there's no strength really. Tennessee,
see the center there. He's pointing at the mic. He's pointing.
Yeah, right here.
So everybody knows, because it's tough these days because not linebackers don't only wear 50s anymore. They can wear any number.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's important. So the first thing they're pointing out, who's the Mike?
And if this guy's the Mike, it's interesting because they kind of, if this is a safety, Mike, other linebacker, they kind of flip it into the strength of the Titans D. But it makes sense if they were giving him a look where they kept sending more on the back on the weak side.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Rodgers, helmet, helmet, helmet. D is pretty balanced, except this safety's shooting down. So he saw that run blitz from the safety and probably went the other way. That's probably what it was.
Dude, this kid is good, man.
Yeah, Braelon Allen could move.
Yeah. It's another, look at another feather in the cap of Joe Douglas and company to pick this kid up. Because when they picked him, I was like, another running back, and then when I seen the film, I was like, geez, I was like, this kid's a serious player.
Yeah, he's a load. He is an absolute unit. And him and Brees were in the game at the same time on that first touchdown.
First time in 30 years that we had two running backs have passing touchdowns in the same game. 30 years.
Holy I didn't hear that. Wow.
Yeah. Here we go. I like this. Boba Jet. If you don't hit the like button, it's because you think Zach Wilson is better than Aaron. So hit the like button. Kev Chat. Everyone. What is it? Everyone was saying Titans was an easy game. No game is a gimme. Listen, anybody could beat anybody. You look at some of the games around. I mean, Ravens are 0-2, right? Bengals 0-2. I mean, it's that kind of league. No one's like, the teams of the past. Anybody can get beat. And on the road, it's a big win. I promise you it's a big win. And it's not going on the road, but the pressure of this game to have not a do or die in week 2, but this sets the tone going forward. Coming home 0-2 to a Thursday night crowd, knowing if you come out slow, how loud the boos it would be, is one thing. But now you're coming home 1-1, little the pressure's off, and let's go get the next one, game by game.
Absolutely. Here's a super chat. Thanks, Nose Kills, for a super chat. All super chats go to Wayne, so don't be shy, folks. And good super chats. If you send a hearty one, I'll ask for your email to set you up with a free sub at JetX for future reference. I bet Alan
subscription, not a sub sandwich.
Hey, both. Your option. Sub sandwich.
I saw a sub too, and I'm like, that's weird. Like Jersey Mike's, and like, are we trying to get like a endorsement or something? But yeah, subscription.
Yeah. No Subway. I stay away from that.
What it says, I bet Allen was looking for a DB to bulldoze in that screen, had to settle for just scoring. Nice misdirection play. Yeah, that kid's north-south. That's what they call it. He puts his foot in the ground, and when you play like that, you always fall forward. If you're always falling forward, I mean, you just extra 1, 2, 2.5 yards, whatever it is. That's the kind of guy you want to get the ball in those situations. When they get downhill, it's serious.
Yeah, the hidden yardage game is so crucial in football, and it's overlooked easily. And I understand.
So Nose Kills, to your question, yeah, he was looking for someone to hit. You see him looking around.
Oh yeah,
he saw the end zone, but he was like, "Who can I run over? Who can I put on ESPN? In the worst plays of the week when he flattened him."
Yeah, even the first carry for Brees, he was met at the line of scrimmage on an outside run, but hit it so hard that he carried guys for 5-6 yards. I'll try to find it. He had a different mentality this game as well.
So about the defense, people are saying they're not what we are saying they've been. They were talking about the 85 Bears last year, or defense and all this. Listen, I'm surprised. Like last year, it was a bend but don't break. They need to cause turnovers. They need to score on the defense, strip sacks, all that stuff, and it's not happening. And I'm a big fan of the D coordinator of the team, but it's just not happening. But you saw a sense of it last week that they made the play when they needed to at the end of the game. And there's nothing better than the offense on the field at the end of the game, taking a knee. But I wanted to come to Jermaine Johnson with he's out for the year. Everybody knows he tore his Achilles. And it's tough because you could see it non-contact. You've seen the false step. For all you guys complaining, about the turf at the MetLife and blaming Woody and the Giants. So listen, it could happen anywhere. It's they do the best they can do with the turf. Certain in the Northeast with the weather and stuff. If you don't have a dome, it's tough to maintain it. We tried that in the past and it was disasters. But it can happen on a field like that. It's terrible. Terrible that it happened there. He's got such a bright young career. So I wish him the best. But where do we go from here? Is it, did Hassan Reddick, call his agent and start laughing right away? Or are we going to sign him? What's up with his fines? I'm sure the fans in chat want to know what the situation is currently with Hassan Reddick signing.
Here we go. From Alan Dodes. Thanks for the super chat. Where are you guys on the Reddick panic meter? I mean, with JJ going down, it definitely gets raised, but I still think the Jets have the leverage because if Reddick sits out the entire season, he's screwed. Like, there's nothing. He's not out of the woods. Like, he's still with the Jets for another year. So I don't know. The good thing is Saleh and Oberk have developed guys. McGregor did some nice things. Shout out to McDonald. Shout out to Javon Kinlaw, who hustled. Kinlaw was great.
I was just going to say, it's one game. I understand. Raise your hand for all the people who was mocking them for drafting him. Last year, we didn't need it, this and that. For situations like this, plus, we're just saying you could run him in and out. But now at that point, now he's a go-to guy. A lot more plays is going to be on him. But the way he reacted to getting his chance, he looked like he was ready for it. You know what I mean? He got his chance, 3 sacks. Certainly attributed that. But if this kid could get going, like you said, you don't have to bend over for Hassan Reddick. I'm sure he's feeling good about it, but I don't know. Right now, I'm comfortable. I don't know what else they have coming up behind the guys, but I wouldn't all of a sudden go crazy and go back on what you said to sign the guy. If he doesn't want to be there, don't sign him, no matter how much how little it'll cost you.
Yeah, 2 things. If in this league, in today's league, you'd much rather have your offense be the better unit with the quarterback. Yeah, you want both, but if it was one or the other, you'd take the offense because of the way the league's played at the end of games. That's one. Number 2, I know they were better last year, the defense, but the game flow was so conservative. I think they got away with a lot of stuff last year just because opposition wasn't afraid of Zach Wilson and the Jets offense. So they really didn't, put too much pressure on the gas.
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay. Just the discipline, the penalties, that sort of stuff. I think once they clean that up, they'll be okay.
Yeah. We have someone new I haven't seen in chat. Patrick Marinello. Interesting question. Why does Robert Saleh and his staff never play our first, second round, third round picks ever in the first year drafted? That's not a thing. It's like maybe it's a coincidence. If they're not ready, they're not ready. But they have played the first round pick, second round. If they're not ready, Braelon Allen later,
Sauce.
Stiggers, all these guys, if they're not ready, they're not going to play right away.
I was shocked Leonard Taylor wasn't dressed. And their default is to listen. You want to make the rookies earn it. That should be the default.
Even if they don't start right away, there's a plan to start them. But so you guys know, if you think about it this way, a lot of times the guys who are first round picks, top picks, generally are so good they're coming out early and they're younger.
True.
Than the guys that play 4 years, 5 years. So listen, they're not ready. The only position they've really kind of been forcing out is quarterbacks, just because pressure from the owner, pressure from the fans. But everything else comes in time. And maybe it's better that they start not starting. But they don't think that it's a bust. They just think that maybe they're not ready to grasp the playbook or something like that. So it's a good question. Just sometimes it happens that way that the first, second rounders just not ready for a couple of games.
Yeah. By the way, big shout out to Jamie and Sherwood. An under the radar thing, Mosley got hurt early. And I'm not saying it's completely because of the Mosley Sherwood swap, but the defense seemed to stabilize with Sherwood coming in there. Maybe the speed element. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it yet. But big shout out to him playing a hell of a game in replacement of Mosley.
His question: if both of you guys had to wear one jersey of a current Jet, who are you repping and why? Highly curious.
It's Thursday night. Which jersey would you wear? And we know number 80 jersey.
Current Jet.
Current Jet. Okay.
You know, I got to go with Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
So I'm going. My son will probably wear Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Hey, there'll be enough 80 jerseys in the stadium.
There's enough Aaron Rodgers jerseys. There's so many number 8 jerseys. You know, it used to be 880, but yeah. Garrett's phenomenal. You know, all those guys, Brees. You know, anybody who's out there playing hard. I mean, I could wear Irv Charles jersey. I don't. You know what I mean? I'd be happy wearing any of them, but Garrett Wilson's the guy. I'm glad I didn't get a 17 last year because he switched to 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I'd be happy to wear any of those guys' jerseys.
I'll go Tony Adams because he's unheralded. Safety is so intriguing to me, that position. Yeah. So I'll go 22 Tony Adams.
Yeah, I can go with a CJ Mosley jersey, Quincy Quinnen. You know, and so any DJ. I mean, there's so many guys that that what I feel about them as a player and a person that I would be honored to have. Like, you know, I had no problem having my 13-year-old son who's going to the game me wear their jersey. There's a lot of great guys and great players on that team.
Agreed. All right, last couple minutes here. Get your final questions in before we wrap this bad boy up, and I put it on all the audio platforms like Apple and Spotify. Here's one. We'll end on this one. David Aaron, keep Mosley out until week 6 Buffalo with the D playing well. There's not enough evidence for that yet. I think if Mosley's healthy, he's in there. He also says keep both the nicked up DBs, DJ Reed, who didn't play, obviously, in the non-threatening receiver room for New England, elevate Sermon for depth. I mean, it's a good thought. It's Thursday night, so you want to be cautious, but I don't think you could do that yet with Mosley.
You know what's an interesting comment? I kind of like going through them. We're pretty much done.
Keep doing it. Do your thing.
Where to go?
What was it about? Give me the.
Hold on. Yeah, we're just talking about all the plays. We're talking about this. You know, listen, all 3 facets. You know, had a good game at different points, but you know, collectively, you know, not a lot of mistakes. Larry Morano wrote, "If it works, nobody notices." That's the truth. We're not thinking about all the different things that work. You know, the schemes, the personnel. You know, good tackling, or anything that worked and looked good. We're taking for granted. We're just pointing out. You know, we're nitpicking on some of these things are obviously, you know, the penalties and all these different things. You notice that, but it's the little things that we're not noticing. There are a lot of things that they're doing well, like you said, but we're not talking about those. We're just concentrating on the negative. So all in all, I mean, this has gone a little long, but listen, we're 101. Like I said, a couple days till Thursday night. Great team to be playing. You know, I'll be there. The place is gonna be packed, buzzing, and obviously a great chance to be 2-1 with an AFC East win, and to hopefully embarrass the team that we've been after for how long on national TV. No other games on, no one's watching. It's a perfect time to do that.
Absolutely, and you're going to be there Thursday. Weren't you? Someone told me you were in Nashville too for the Jets.
Freaking Flying Eagle. For anybody who saw it after Braelon scored, you know, he's saying this and that, and it said, you know, and Wayne Chrebet likes it. They had a picture of a guy, you know, a number 80 jersey cheering.
Look nothing like Wayne.
No, I mean, the guy had like a porn stash and he was like 150, whatever it was. To be honest with you, Joe, the guy had great seats. He's in the front row. But you know, people are calling me like, "You at the game?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm on my couch."
Yeah.
So it was funny. But listen, like I said, be happy. Big thing. Oh yeah, I'll be at the game in the parking lot, going to tailgates in the dune buggy, shooting out T-shirts. like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. So look for the Doom
Oh,
buggy.
nice.
I'll be driving around with my son shooting out t-shirts.
No specific location, driving around?
Just to some tailgates wherever they have me going.
Nice. I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll be there. What time is Thursday night start? 8:30, 8:15? All right.
Oh,
Cool.
Jets fans are gonna be there early. They're gonna be there as soon as it opens.
Oh,
They
yeah.
might be parked outside right now. This is a big game.
It's true. It's gonna be a madhouse, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We'll end it right there, and we'll catch you again soon. If not later in the week, definitely next week. Wayne, till next time.
Yep.